New tonight, high school athletes in Michigan can now cash in on their own fame.
It's a chance for them to profit from their brand, and they can sign social media deals, make appearances, sell merch, and more.
7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham breaks down the rules and shares reactions from a parent, a coach, and high school sports writer.
Is allowing NIL deals at the high school level a good idea? Well, it depends on who you ask. For some, it's a long overdue payday for student athletes. For others, it's a threat to the spirit of the game.
I think it's kind of outrageous. I don't think the money should be involved with the high school players.
Anytime you can earn money towards anything, whether it's school, whether other expenses as an athlete, that's fine. But I do believe that the parents should be involved.
Both these parents have students who play high school varsity basketball, one in Southfield, the other in Ferndale. The game remains the same, but for boys and girls playing any high school sport, the stakes have never been higher. High school students can now profit off of their own name, image, and likeness, or NIL. Think endorsements and autograph sessions. The Michigan High School Athletic Association announced the policy change Tuesday.
It seemed like it was kind of a matter of time.
Jared Ramsey, the high school sports beat writer for the Detroit Free Press, says Michigan is the 46th state to allow NIL deals. He mentions Ohio was the 45th. And after the first month, he says only 11 student athletes in the Buckeye State signed NIL deals.
Sounds like it's going to be for the 1% of athletes who potentially could make it to the college level, could make it to the pro level.
Southfield A&T head varsity basketball coach Josh Lyle, who applauds the decision, says it's going to be on parents, coaches, and schools to instill financial literacy. He sees this as a motivator.
A lot of times you have guys that are looking at, oh, I have to get a scholarship, but now they're looking at, okay, I might be playing for a brand who's now sponsoring me. So now not only am I a brand for myself and represent my family, but I'm also representing, say, a local business as well.
Jeff Kimmerly with the Michigan High School Athletic Association says these are opportunities for students to connect with third parties that have no connection to a student school.
They're individual opportunities for individual student athletes, and that's really the most important thing for everybody to understand with what we're allowing moving forward. We're not allowing anything that resembles a group activity, any kind of collective activity, anything that would involve persuading a student to leave one school and go to the other one, or go to play for a coach somewhere else, or anything like that.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
The rock files are the rock files. Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the rock. Live and locked. Live is how we lock. Oh, this is how we rock. The rock. The rock files. Live and locked. Chill, baby. Welcome to the rock. Live and locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while, right? Rock, where you at, Rock? Where is Rock? That's a great question. But most importantly, we know where the Almighty Yahuwah is. Also, all respect, all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, for without the Almighty Yahuwah, there's absolutely nothing. We welcome you to the Rock Files, Rock Talk, episode 1 in full effect right now. What is Rock Talk? Rock Talk is going to be yet another series that's going to involve, it's still going to be battle rap, virtual battle rap. Yes, virtual battle rap still exists. And so somebody mentioned that in IG. Virtual battle rap still exists? It most certainly does. It has a history. We're going to get there. But it also is going to involve just general conversation about different things that's been noticed by this channel and by those that offer different pieces of information. Hence the social media scroll later on. And of course, the main topic, So Rock Talk is going to be an episode series that'll lead with a main topic. After that, go to some virtual battle rap. And of course, go to social media scroll. For those that want to know what's been going on, there's a lot's been going on. We just got off tour. Salute to Leave and Lifted. I mean, it's public information. Check the stats, man. Salute to Leave and Lifted. Fresh off the second East Coast tour by an independent group within a span of under 24 months is tremendous. Salute to Leave and Lifted. All praise to Almighty Yahweh for that. Salute to Ted Baum from Pacifier. Salute to all the recording we do. The tours we're on are the type of tours that Mr. ENT in the building. First of all, let's go to the chat. Bruce Leaf, the legend himself, is in the building. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Leaf. Salute to Bruce Leaf. Mr. ENT is in the building. Salute, much respect, much respect. Salute to you, Mr. ENT. You're more than welcome here. You're good here. So the type of tours we're on, and this is going to be very quick. The type of tours we're on are the type to where it's not only involved in live performance, that most people know about. Those are the traditional tours, but we also record music there. All right. Similar to what we did last spring. This is what we did this past winter. And yes, it was cold. Yes, we did dodge the snowstorm. That was close, though. That was close. All praise to the Almighty Yahweh for keeping us safe. So going back to what Rock Talk is going to be about. So we're going to be a main topic. Then we're going to go to virtual battle rap, and then we're going to go to the social media scroll. As simple as that. It's going to be in that order. And of course, we invite all sorts of comments, suggestions and all that, so that we're clear. For this channel. This is the Peace channel. It's a data channel. It's an information channel. You're more than welcome to tune into the channel, see what's up. We welcome all sorts of conversation, but we welcome absolutely no conflict. No pettiness, no drama here. We don't do drama here. Simple as that. It's enough of that. There's been many things said about this channel. There's many things said about rock. First of all, there is no rock. It's just a topic, man. There's nothing personal here. For those looking for a personal thing here, look elsewhere. It's not here. It will never be here. The only thing that we're here for is the topic. We're not going to give personal information. The goal of this channel is not to build it based off of an individual. This is a group-oriented channel, hence the use of the word we. Let's get at it. So first topic, as you saw that we started with, it was with this report right here. Okay, it was with this report right here. This report is about, for those that follow sports, and this is bigger than sports, so you don't have to be a sports fan to understand this. Just as of a couple days ago in Michigan, the MHSAA, the Michigan High School Students Athletic Association, they have authorized NIL. What's NIL? NIL is name, image, and likeness. So now that's an entertainment term. What name, image, likeness is? Name, image, likeness is where whatever it is personally about your brand is now a commoditable, tradable product. So as you look at this screen, right, you see the rock files. This logo done by our company, that becomes a name, image, likeness. What that means is wherever this is shown, that could be used for promotion or money based off an agreement with the company. What you see now in this report, let's go here. What you see now in this report is now individuals in high school can get paid based off of their name, image, which are icons or pictures, and likeness. That means the duplication of that image. Think about this now. There's a lot here. There's going to be just one level of it. That means before somebody is even allowed to vote, if they're popular enough on social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, even X, crazy name, if they're popular enough on that, and there's a company that wishes to pay them to advertise their product, they can receive money for that and still be allowed to play high school basketball. Think it, just let that simmer for a minute. So now, of course, there is a comment, and we're going to go back through this, to really review what's going on. This is courtesy of Channel 7 in Detroit, Michigan. Salute to that, although it's not really a Detroit station because they're located outside the city, but it is in metropolitan Detroit area. So, so if those that want to see this in its entirety, be sure to go to WXYZTV.com. Simple as that. All right, so let's go through this.
New tonight, high school athletes in Michigan can now cash in on their own fame.
It's a chance for them to profit from their brand, and they can sign social media deals, make appearances, sell merch, and more.
Stop right there. So you just heard what they said. They can sign deals, sell merch, and more as a high school athlete. That means before someone knows how to vote, they now are basically in business with grown adult companies. Don't get it wrong. This has been going on. Going to tell you, since there's been a high school, a lot of the stuff that was under the table now is now allowed. You should ask yourself this question: what's in it for state government in this case to allow this? One thing you may want to think about is that now it can be tracked. Maybe in the future it could be taxed. This is similar to what happened to gambling, sports gambling and all that. So what happened with sports gambling is like, let's be honest, people have been gambling on sports forever. Now it's become legal. Why? Because they can keep track of it. So that's one benefit. Keep track of money, you can control the flow. Let's see what else is stated here.
News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham breaks down the rules and shares reactions from a parent, a coach, and high school sports writer.
Is allowing NIL deals at the high school level a good idea? Well, it depends on who you ask. For some, it's a long overdue payday for student athletes. For others, it's a...
Stop right there. He just said for some, it's a long overdue payday for athletes. Here is the breakdown. Sports is a branch of entertainment. That's why this channel is choosing to talk about this. This will apply to battle rap. This will apply to music. So if you're watching this and you're involved in entertainment at all, this does apply to you. Because now it's in high school. Think about this. And in one aspect, this is very fair. As the reporter just mentioned, long overdue. This has been going on. It just wasn't regulated by government. Now it is. Is that good or bad? We're going to find out through this report. That's one thing to think about. Another thing to think about. You have parents involved that now can be basically adjunct agents of their sons and daughters to get money off of that. If they see that they can have as mentioned before, if they can have a pro potential, if they can have a college potential. Don't forget, college already has NIL. The entire NCAA has that. Again, NIL is name, image, likeness, right? So they already have that. Now high school does. The question will also be, well, where does it stop? Don't forget that back in the day, there were NBA organizations looking at athletes that were in 7th and 8th grade. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she's here. Angie Baby is in the house. If you haven't done so, salute to Angie Baby. If you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe to Angie Baby 2817. Awesome channel, very positive, motivational. She's a very wonderful host, and most importantly, she's about something that is very necessary out here, which is upliftment and motivation. Salute, 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 salute. Angie, baby, what's good? Nah, it's all about you, miss. We welcome you. We welcome you. You're good here. We're good here. Be sure to subscribe to Angie Baby. Also, be sure to subscribe to Mr. ENT, and be sure to subscribe to the legend himself, Bruce Leaf. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Leaf. Salute, salute, salute. Angie Baby mentions, thank you. No. We appreciate you. All praise to the Almighty Yahuwah. All praise. So just to let Angie Baby know, for those that's tuning in, we're talking about in Michigan, the state of Michigan. Keep in mind, the state of Michigan is one of the last states to allow this. That means, and you'll hear it in the report, and we're going to play it in a minute. That means that 45 other states have already allowed name, image, and likeness that way. You let that simmer in. You're talking about individuals that haven't even reached puberty. If they're popular enough on a federal social media, they can turn that into a business even before having a high school education. It's almost like an entertainment trade school is going on here. This is showing you that when we say sports is a part of entertainment, mainstream entertainment business, this is exposing that right here in front of you. Let's see more.
Threat to the spirit of the game.
I think it's kind of outrageous. I don't think the money should be involved with the high school players.
Anytime you can earn money towards anything, whether it's school, whether other expenses as an athlete, that's fine. But I do believe that the parents should be involved.
So you heard what he just said. Yeah, one person say that it's ridiculous to pay student athletes that are in high school. He doesn't believe that the money should be involved. Here's the problem, sir. Salute to that parent. And this is no shade. It's been that way. It's been that way. As Angie Baby says, yes, you're more than welcome to subscribe to this channel. Smash the like, share the channel. We appreciate you. We're all here. We're not here for the views. We're here for the vision. But if you want to join in, you're more than welcome. Also want to give a shout out to YouTube has told us that we have 300 subscribers. Salute to all of y'all. You're more than welcome to rock with us. We say YouTube told us because we may have more subscribers than that. We know a lot of the YouTube numbers are fake, quite frankly. But you're not fake. That's watching the channel. You're not fake. That's in the chat. Salute to you. Salute to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him right here. We got C Double, your proprietor and owner of Verbal Online Arena. Salute. Want to congratulate and want to give much respect to C Double for a fantastic. It was a really good event, man. Verbal Online Arena was a good event, man. It was a really good event. Way to go, man. Salute to C Double. Yes, that's right. Feel free to support the channel by sending a cash app to $ Boss ENT Group. You're more than welcome. Hey, we're here for y'all. We're here for conversations. What it's about. We will be dropping the code for those that want to come on the panel, discuss any of this. Obviously, when we get to the battle rap portion, that's probably going to be the main thing driving this. We're going to explain the virtual era series. We welcome you all. Now, going back to address this video very quickly, there's a parent, or it seemed like a parent, or how about this? Maybe just a fan, quote unquote, fan of the sport that was mentioning that money shouldn't be in high school athletics. Hey, man, back in the 80s, and this is public information, back in the 80s, there were schools in the suburbs, okay? And you can pick a city. There were schools in the suburbs of whatever major metropolitan city, because in the 80s, most of those cities had quote unquote black athletes. These athletes were the top, whatever it was. Football was the main money, even back then, right? So football, basketball, a little bit of baseball, right? So what happened is instead of doing this NIL back then, they would give them scholarships. They'll say, hey, come to the school, take this exam, but we're going to give you a scholarship to go here. And then there'll also be other things underneath the table. They were talking about the 80s. There's been stories about this happening in the 70s even, to where if you're an athlete and you stand out that way, and this school sees you can help them win titles because there's money behind that. They were doing stuff under the table back then. Probably back when this individual here, and this is no shade to him, but let's see. Yeah, when this individual here was born, they were doing this. So the stance that, well, how come money is being involved with high school students now? It's been that way. The only difference is now it's above board. It's legal, right? And of course, someone gets to keep their amateur status. In addition to that, and then we're going to go ahead and play the video. In addition to that, it's kind of fair because now whatever money that a high school athlete can negotiate for themselves, of course, with their parents involved, because that's another thing that's being missed here. These are minors. When the gentleman, after this gentleman, said that parents should be involved, well, by law, they would have to be involved. These deals are with minors, you know, not that these are full adults when this number 18 pops up, so-called, well, they are 18 years old, that stuff. But because they haven't reached that usually in high school, the parents will have to be involved and sign off these deals. All right, let's keep going.
Anytime you can earn money towards anything, whether it's school, whether other expenses as an athlete, that's fine. But I do believe that the parents should be involved.
Both
the parents will have to be involved. Otherwise, the contract would be null and void. Simple as that. And honestly, the parents better be involved. Otherwise, you're going to have an immature mind of business, possibly agree to an NIL type of deal, and honestly get played. Look, take a look at the mainstream music industry. Their mainstream music industry, right? If you take a look at that industry, okay, there have been individuals that's been getting robbed by mainstream music industry since it began, and a lot of them would get into contracts with these heavy duty music companies, record companies, labels. And all of a sudden they get robbed of their royalties and want to cry about it later. And Angie Baby mentions, you have a great speaking voice made for this. Yeah. We appreciate that. We actually, used to do radio shows and stuff like that on topics, period. You know what I'm saying? And Angie, you got a good voice too. Heard the live. Salute to Angie Baby. But peep this out. When we have a situation where you're basically mixing minors with major financial moves, that's going to be a benefit to the company, because the company gets to buy low, sell high. In other words, they get to put a little bit of money in front of the faces and in front of the situations of a lot of these high school people where neither them nor their parents know better. This is like shooting fish in a barrel, man. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. So, and keep in mind, there's going to be a mixed review of this because there's many different layers to take a look at. Let's keep going.
These parents have students who play high school varsity basketball, one in Southfield, the other in Ferndale. The game remains the same.
Apologize. Let's take that back to play into that to really hear that real quick. That's very important. There you go. Cool.
Believe that the parents should be involved.
Both these parents have students who play high school varsity basketball, one in Southfield, the other in Ferndale. The game remains the same, but for boys and girls playing any high school sport, the stakes have never been higher. High school students can now profit off of their own name, image, and likeness.
You heard the word can? High school students can profit off of their own name, image, and likeness. You know what question comes up now? Who was profiting before? Who was profiting before off of these individuals' name, image, and likeness? This smells like a plantation system, honestly. For those that know the history, back in the day, on a plantation, we know who the slaves were. We know who the slave masters were, at least in general. There were exceptions to that as far as traditionally told. Let's get to it. On that plantation, if you had somebody talented, it could be either athletically, someone that could run, jump, and do feats of strength, or someone that could play music at a certain level. The plantation owners would then do deal with other plantation owners to have that talent go in succession to these plantations, because they would entertain them and entertain other plantation owners and even entertain other slaves. And they spend money on that. That's the same thing here. But keep in mind, the slaves didn't get any of that money. All the slaves got was treatment on the plantation. Look, quote unquote, N-word. If you play well, we'll give you 5 less lashes to your back. Look, N-word. If you lift these tree trunks in front of people to please them, boom, my man C double. The black bull, the black buck, 100% correct, sir. and they would pay for that, but the slave wouldn't get any of the residual of that. So now let's equate that. Let's equate that to this high school name, image, likeness situation. That's exactly right, C-Double. Salute to that. Now to ask yourself, isn't it interesting how now, well, look, we've been getting money off your backs for almost centuries, actually. High school's been around since the 1800s, maybe before that. On this level, athletics, we'll do 1800s. Let's do 1800s. That's centuries. Question is, money was generated off of this. The high school athlete didn't receive none of that. For those that in any state you are, if you want to see a basketball game, football game, whatever, you pay money. That money goes to the state, right? Quote unquote, the state. The state don't break off any residuals of that to the athlete. In fact, they had a law similar to this that was dressed up to say, no, you're an amateur. We get the money off you, slave. Now they're saying, okay, now we're going to cut you in. The question will be, why now? It won't be explained in this, spoiler alert, it won't be explained in this report. But that's a question we all should be thinking. Why now? Especially, and look, here's something else to ask. How much money through all these centuries of, imagine the athletes that played in these places. Let's look the chat. Let's look the chat. Angie Baby. Oh, let's go back to C-Double real quick. C-Double, the black bull, the black buck, 100% correct. Angie Baby mentions, absolutely 100. Salute. Bruce Leaf mentions, after the Nike lawsuit that was brushed under the rugs, students can now get sponsors. But notice something, Bruce, and we're going to get to C-Double's comment in 5 seconds. Notice something, Bruce, that none of that money that with that lawsuit brushed under the rug, none of that money is going to be residual. It's not going to be reparations from that. Listen, we're talking about probably $1 trillion. It's not, and that's not an exaggeration. Just add it up. 2 centuries minimum of high school athletes generating interest, money coming in. They're not getting nothing. That money goes somewhere. And now, and Bruce Leaf is bringing up a good point here. After the Nike lawsuit that was brushed under the rug, students can now get sponsors. Ready for this? And those sponsors will probably be the same ones that hoarded the money and didn't cut in students in the first place. Is this really a benefit to the student? Hey, look, we're starting a conversation. We're putting points out there. C-Double, salute to C-Double. Same thing they did to Shador is called buck breaking. Bingo. Get the biggest one, break his pride in front of everyone. Not just Shador, but look, if you notice C-Double, since what? You got 2025, 26 Shador, right? Whenever any of these athletes on a plantation act out, let's say it's John Morant with a gun, break him in public. Let's go further back. Michael Jordan with the gambling, Charles Barkley with the gambling. Let's go further back. Muhammad Ali doesn't want to fight and give his life for an oppressive, disgusting United States of America. Now it must be get back in line, N-word. Y'all know what N-word is probably, right? But the same system now is now saying, okay, you can go ahead now, still keep your amateur status, and now on your own, by the way, let's add that in. On your own, now you can get money off of, think about this. You're now receiving permission from a state to get money off of your own name, image, and likeness. A state has to give you permission for that, for you to play in their organization. Anybody else see something wrong with this yet? Well, C-Double does, because C-Double mentioned this. LeBron, shut up and dribble. Right. And notice who told him to do that. It was a politician, which is another aspect and another branch of entertainment, mainstream entertainment. That's why we're talking about this. Is very crucial news here. For those of us that are parental figures, or for those of us that are direct fathers, mothers. This affects your family. Some of you, we have talked in the past, some of you got outstanding basketball players, outstanding football players. They're on a great track to at least get a college scholarship. So it may seem like, oh, wow, they can get money off of it. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been getting money. It's just that the money has been kept from you. Simple as that. Simple as that. The money has been kept from you. That money that you earned in their facility has been kept from you. And keep in mind, the Michigan, in this case, the Michigan High School Students Athletic Association, they're not going to broker a deal for you, but they're just going to allow you to broker a deal for yourself. So whereas their conglomerate took all the money off the back of the athlete, they're not going to help you go get it. Let's see more of this report.
NIL, think endorsements and autograph sessions. The Michigan High School Athletic Association announced the policy change Tuesday.
It seemed like it was kind of a matter of time.
Jared Ramsey, the high school sports beat writer for the Detroit Free.
Let's go back to that. That's crazy, right? Let's go back to that. Yeah, let's go here.
Sessions.
Let's go further back. Yeah, they should do it.
Of their own name, image, and likeness, or NIL. Think endorsements and autograph sessions. The Michigan High School Athletic Association announced the policy change Tuesday.
It seemed like it was kind of a matter of time.
You think so? Even he mentioned it seems like it was just a matter of time. And for so-called fans to complain about this, why do the high school athletes get paid? Look, money's generated. Again, for those that's in Texas, we used to travel through Texas. To be specific, Corpus Christi, Austin, of course, Dallas. Everybody traveled through Dallas, right? No big deal. But those are three main places we travel. If you want to see football or basketball in any place like that in Texas, it costs money. You pay that ticket. You pay them concessions. And they tell you usually, and this is Texas, just to let you know, for those that don't know, before we go crazy, we are emanating this show. That means the show is being broadcast from Michigan, of course. That's where we got this news report. Yes, we're in Detroit, Michigan, the actual city, Detroit. 313 area code represent, right? Whenever it has been a high school sport, especially football, that costs money. And a lot of those situations, the ticket price ain't cheap. It ain't just your $2, $3, $4, $5 like it used to be. They go up to 10, 15. A lot of these high school events, they charge just as much to see that game as maybe a Tigers, or a Major League Baseball game. The price is up there depending on, of course, the success of the team, just like any other business. The difference is the high school athlete has received nothing. Let it sink in now. And now the same ones that held this money back, or at least this opportunity or this classification back, are saying, hey, now you can get, listen. Hey, now you can get money and you're allowed to run your business off of your own name, image, and likeness and still maintain an amateur designation. Audacity. And as this reporter said, it was about time. Yeah, it's only two centuries late. Let's keep going.
Jared Ramsey, the high school sports beat writer for the Detroit Free Press, says Michigan is the 46th state to allow NIL deals.
Stop. Michigan, that means before this report, and by the way, this report is brand new. This report is as of last night. You're more than welcome. We're going to give you, the source that we've got this information. This is off a Channel 7 news report. This is not way back. This is 2 days ago, good people. 2 days ago. Okay? 45 other states have already agreed to allow and to maintain amateur status their high school athletes in each of these states to run business and get money and private deals off of their name, image, and likeness. 45 states out of 50. Guys, here's a lesson of business, man. Business don't do stuff without it being something for them. Obviously, the high school athlete is focused on, well, this is what's in it for me. I'm allowed to do it. I can play high school. The question should be asked, what's in it for the state? And there hasn't been a report about it. Like, what does the state get out of this? It's all about high school athlete, high school athlete, high school athlete. That's cool. What's in it for the state? And is it something that's in it for the state at the detriment of the high school athlete? Again, when this, look, let's keep it $1. Whenever this government, state, federal, or otherwise, city or otherwise, when they get involved in something, it usually goes against the citizen. Straight up. Look at sports gambling again, just to mention that again. Since federal and all this been involved, there's been a whole lot less payouts. All of a sudden, you have a strict rule that it must be a certain way to gamble. You can't just do a straight up bet no more. You have to hit a parlay. You can only do parlay bets. If you don't do a parlay, you can't gamble with them. You got to do other stuff. That this could be the future of this state allowed NIL. Let's keep seeing. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Mentions Ohio was the 45th. And after the first month, he says only 11 student athletes in the Buckeye State signed NIL deals.
Sounds like it's going to be for the 1% of athletes who.
He said, sounds like it's going to be for the 1% of the athletes. Let's let him finish the statement. Apologize for that. Let's let him finish the statement.
Potentially could make it to the college level, could make it to the pro level.
So let's hear that again. By the way, this person speaking is a beat writer. No pause on beat writer. Sorry. He is a beat writer, WRITER, for the Detroit Free Press. And this is what he's saying.
Athletes in the Buckeye State signed NIL deals.
Sounds like it's going to be for the 1% of athletes who potentially could make it to the college level, could make it to the pro level.
He said, sounds like this could be for the 1% that have the potential to get to the college level, Division 1 or 2, or to the pro level. But keep in mind, he's saying sounds like. There's one or two. Whenever the sounds like happen, either A is unsure or B cannot officially say it, but he knows that's what it's intended for. But what does it mean about the Almighty in Scripture has stated the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? Just because this is intended for the 1% doesn't mean it stays there. You could have an athlete that's not very good on the court, very popular on Instagram, and all the athlete got to do is just show up somewhere, and they can go ahead and do a deal off strictly their popularity. By the way, there have been, let's go back to music, because again, this is all entertainment. Sports is entertainment. And they're going to give you a little hint. When this brother was in college, actually when this brother was in junior high, got money to do music and still maintain an amateur status in music. A lot of money too, ain't gonna hold you up. They pay for that music. Well, give us more detail what type of music it was. We're just going to keep it at music, right? But the athletes had to do that under the table. Then in high school, got paid more money to do music. Boldly. It was public information. It was in the Free Press. It was in the Detroit News. Again, we're from Detroit. But the athlete had to sneak and get whatever they had underneath the table. College, same thing. Went to the University of Michigan. Those basketball players, football players, they had to be like, shh, hey man, hey, I got this money from this booster, man. I'm about to go take a trip. You want to come through? We taking all the females and all this stuff. Where you get the money from? Hey man, shh. I the NCAA after me. The point is saying is, isn't it interesting how the same organization, salute to the chat, how the same organization that prohibited, they allowed all this other branch of entertainment, dancing, singing, modeling, at all these stages to get paid. Come on, man. We're talking about the same industry that would get, come on, like the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson was barely in puberty. They allowed him to perform in strip clubs, right? And he still maintained, and there was no CPS card on that. He's performing in strip clubs. He got paid for that. Well, Joe Jackson got paid for that. And then from there, Joe Jackson took care of his family financially, right? But that was prohibited for athletes. If athletes did it, they would give up their amateur status. Now, all of a sudden, the same ones that held that back, now in 2026, as of January 27th, not a high school athlete can get name, image, and likeness off of their own name. Isn't it weird? And we're gonna finish this video. Isn't it weird that a state can tell you how much money you can get off your name? That a federal government can tell you how much money you can get off your name? What you're allowed to do in order to maintain this amateur status with them? Anybody else see something? And even if let's say no one else does, don't care. That is crazy. That's crazy. So it's not just about, okay, well, how come the high school students now get paid? It's how come they weren't getting paid before. Well, but you know what? A lot of it has to do with control. We're gonna save that. Let's go ahead and watch more of the video.
Southfield A&T head varsity basketball coach Josh Lyle, who applauds the decision, says it's going to be on parents, coaches, and schools to instill financial literacy. He sees this as a motivator.
A lot of times you have guys that are looking at, oh, I have to get a scholarship, but now they're looking at, okay, I might be playing for a brand who's now sponsoring me. So now not only am I a brand for myself and represent my family, but I'm also representing, say, a local business as well.
Jeff,
there's a lot of jewels in that. That coach is very, oh yeah, by the way, salute to the chat. Hold on a minute. Okay, cool. Just want to be sure we did that. Salute. Bet. Okay, we got everybody else. All right, cool. Just want to be sure. The coach just stated, okay, that it's any moment that a high school athlete can get paid is going to take the cooperation of parents, school, and coaches for financial literacy. I'm going to say this. It's obviously, yes, the parents and coaches and student athletes, absolutely. Y'all going to have to get your financial literacy outside of the institutions. These are the same institutions that don't want you to have this money. And if they want you to have this money now, they want it in a controlled order. That's why they've legalized this now. You're going to have something that has more of your benefit at stake. Simple as that. You're going to have that for financial literacy in order to not get played by this. Also, hopefully a part of the financial literacy as mentioned in this video will be, why has our enemy, hey, don't have to roll with it, but this United States government is not your friend. Never has been, never will be. Sorry, it's not. Not unless you do what they do, and that's a whole different topic. Point being, okay, whenever you're in a war like this and have experienced oppression like this, and all of a sudden the oppressor is saying, oh, by the way, you can do this now, there should be bells going off in your head, alarms going off in the head, in the brain, in the senses to say, why now and what's in it for you? We're going to finish up this video and move on to the next part.
Kimberly with the Michigan High School Athletic Association says these are opportunities for students to connect with third parties that have no connection to a student's school.
They're individual opportunities for individual student athletes, and that's really the most important thing for everybody to understand with what we're allowing moving forward. We're not allowing anything that resembles a group activity, any kind of collective activity, anything that would involve persuading a student to leave one school and go to the other one.
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. You can't stop that. Listen to what this guy says, man. Listen to what this guy says, man. This is lies. I'm sorry. This is lie. This is a lie. Listen.
To a student school.
They're individual opportunities for individual student athletes, and that's really the most important thing for everybody to understand with what we're allowing moving forward.
With what we're allowing moving forward, there's individual opportunities and individual. Yeah, we'll stick with opportunities. There's individual opportunities allowed for individual student athletes. That's what we're allowing going forward. He said that's what we're allowing going forward. If this guy don't sound like a slave owner, we don't know what a slave owner sounds like. He said we're allowing individual opportunities for individual student athletes. That means beforehand, you weren't. Why weren't you? What was not being announced here is what changed the deal. What changed the deal? Wait a minute. And here's the biggest lie right here.
We're not allowing anything that resembles a group activity, any kind of collective activity.
How are you going to stop it? You said that a student individually, and of course it's intended for the 1% that have college or pro potential as stated, right? You said that you're allowing these students to get paid off their name, image, and likeness, but you're not allowing a collective to say, hey, we'll set you up with this deal with these and the coach said earlier, independent business, right? We are not allowing you to collectively be bought, basically, by independent business, right? To where a group of you go to one school because they paid you. You're not going to stop it. And honestly, doubt if you want to, because it's interesting. This is called preemptive programming, what you're seeing here, right? This guy out of nowhere mentioned that, where this is for individual student athletes. We're not allowing collective students to gang up together and get paid to go to a certain school. My man, that's been going on since high school, been going on, player. This was under the table. And now this is above board. What measures do you have to stop it? And honestly, in college, it's already happening. Why wouldn't it happen in high school? Come on, man. Let's just keep going. And then we're going to conclude the video.
Anything that would involve persuading a student to leave one school and go to the other one, or go to play for a coach somewhere else, or anything like that.
Darren Cunningham, 7.
Notice they cut him off now. Look, people how they cut him off. Listen to this. They cut him off.
School.
They're individual opportunities for individual student athletes, and that's really the most important thing for everybody to understand with what we're allowing moving forward. We're not allowing anything that resembles a group activity, any kind of collective activity, anything that would involve persuading a student to leave one school and go to the other one, or go to play for a coach somewhere else, or anything like that.
Darren Cunningham.
The second he said that, it was a quick cut. Yes, you are allowing it. Keep it $1. You are allowing it. And why would you care? Well, because we want to fair. There's not a no. In high school athletics, you have different classes, right? Some got 5A, 4A on down, right? Or here we got class A, B, C, and I believe we got class D. Yeah, class A, B, C, and D, right? Just by having different degrees of classes based off of student population, you are allowing collectivism. The class A team, if they play a class D team in basketball, guess who's going to win? Guess why? So to say you're not allowing collective persuasion of a business being able to say, hey, by the way, we'll pay you more to go here. Yes, you are. Why? How are you? Because you are allowing these students, whether you say individually, if a bunch of individuals that's been allowed to gain money on name, image, and likeness, right? If they've been allowed to do that, who's going to stop them from getting together? Because let's say it's $1 billion business. They pick all of the best football athletes and say, look, we want to go ahead and promote through you, promote our brand business, you, all of that, right? They're not going to talk to each other. You're going to stop them from talking to each other? You're going to stop them from taking money. And what type of leverage or what type of governing body do you have to prohibit that? You don't. So the conclusion of this high school NIL is this. Watch your enemy. Ask questions, what's in it for a state that's allowing this? And also, look, you're getting cut in, but you better be very careful about what are the details of this deal. And that's for the high school athlete. For those that watch the sport, to say that these high school athletes shouldn't get paid while these other institutions do get paid off of them, honestly, is ludicrous. It is ludicrous. It is. Because it's been happening. So there's our take. We wouldn't mind hearing yours. Let's go here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the virtual battle rap part of this. Okay? Now, first of all, salute to Verbal Online Arena. Let's start with that right here. Obviously, we're on tour. You've already seen Verbal Online Arena Money Talk. Salute to C Double. Salute to Verbal Online Arena. We got data. We got our final data. And keep in mind, this was judged. Those judges count as submission votes. All right. Those judges count as submission votes, our conversations, all the stuff that we've been telling you about. All right. Yeah. Let's be sure. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait. We're in the wrong order. My bad. There we go. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. Now, let's get to it. We're going to get to that in a minute. Let's go to Verbal Online Arena. Here we go. There we go. All right. This is all final data. We will be giving awards for Money Talks shortly this week. Bear with us. A whole lot is going on. Yeah, we're going to start here. Boom. And also want to salute to C Double for great communication about his organization. Good promo. Good card, man. This was a good card. Straight up, this was a good card. Very good card. Appreciate it. All right. Let's now go to it. Okay, now we asked a question about rating Black Ink's round. Black Ink's opponent did not battle him, but he did drop his round. Final data is on a scale of 2 to 10. We did it from 2 to 10 because YouTube only allows 4 divisions. Those are divisions we chose. So 2 would be closer to like a 1 or 3 or whatever. 5 would obviously be mid. 8 would be above average. And of course, 10 would be perfect. So we got 14% for a vote of 2 on a scale of 2 to 10. We have 57% for a vote of 5. And of course, 29% for a vote of 8. So Black Ink did all right. If you average out, the majority of this number average out between a 5 and an 8. Now, of course, it weighs heavily to be, they'll say, okay, that's a mid round. That's a solid round from Black Ink. Salute to Black Ink. Congratulations to Black Ink. That's good. Card with some major names on it. Drop something like that. That will go. That will go as something that could benefit Black Ink in his consideration for the 2026 virtual battle rap champ. Salute to that. Let's move on. This one here, it was the most promoted. It got the most amount of conversation. Let's see. Are we good? Okay. So let me make sure we're good. Yeah, this one here got the most amount of promotion, most amount of conversation. It honestly, in a lot of ways, was the main event. It was the main event. Nadia Ali versus Yo 2 times. 38 votes. This one, if not mistaken, got the most amount of votes. And a pretty overwhelmingly, Nadia Ali was chosen. Going to say this, though. Reviewing this battle, This battle was a lot closer as far as the skill set, as far as the round being dropped. Nadia Ali definitely won, but this is kind of leaning toward Nadia Ali bodying Yo 2 times. Not sure about that, you know. And plus, keep in mind with any battle, who the person is will go into that. But no, consensus has Nadia Ali winning this battle versus Yo 2 times. Honestly, congratulations to both, right? And yeah, in parentheses, we put in there battle only. That means we didn't want all that other stuff, who submitted video and yada, yada, yada. That's cool. Great. We're talking about the battle. Here we talk about the battle. And not just bars either. We're talking about who won the battle. What's the data on that? The rest of the stuff, drama and all that, that's for other channels to do. But Nadia Ali wins. Yeah, Nadia Ali wins. Just would say 74-26 is a little, maybe something like a 69-31, a 65-35, 60-40, something like that. But nope, Nadia Ali wins. Nadia Ali wins. Let's move on. This one didn't get a lot of votes, but this is final data because it's been over 11 days ago. Savage. Salute to Savage. Wouldn't mind seeing more from Savage. I mean, obviously, Savage took it seriously. Savage has a unique voice. Look forward to seeing more from him. But Savage, nobody gave T-Riffic the round. And honestly, that's about right. So this will be a body. This will be a body. Savage bodies T-Riffic. 100% to 0. What are we doing? So by consensus, even though it's only 4 votes, small sample size, this will be a body for Savage. Congratulations to Savage. Let's keep moving. C's the one versus crime. G's, my the C. G's the one versus crimes. 83%, 17%, 6 votes in. Yeah. So that's on point. Congratulations to G's the one. So now we got G's the one, Savage, in their debuts, if not mistaken, at least debuts on Verbal Online Arena. They're now 1-0 on Verbal Online Arena. Salute to that. Nadia Ali, this is her debut on Verbal Online Arena in a very competitive matchup with Yo 2 times. She's 1-0. Yo 2 times is 0-1. Salute. This battle here, first of all, a little bit surprised this didn't get a lot more votes than 6 votes. But it's the Status versus Mike Johnson, 50%, 50%. Yeah, very close. This channel would have chosen Mike Johnson, but not heavily over Status. Very close battle. Here is a deadlock. Here is a deadlock right here. So salute to that. So congratulations to both. You basically have, this is going to be a status rise for both, no pun intended, but this will be a status rise for both Status and Mike Johnson in this battle. They both did the thing. Mike Johnson did a little bit more, but Status showed up too. Status, I think the difference is Mike Johnson had more innovative bars than Status did. Some of Status had a few OBC. Status got to work on that. But now salute to Status. And by the way, Status is your 2025 Verbal Online Arena Rookie of that season. Congratulations, Status. Reaper Rail versus D Money. Now, listen, it seems like, and completely, and look, if it's not respected, corrected. It seems like whenever D Money is in one of these posts, that by him having a villain character, he's going to be voted against a lot. And we have a lot of traction on this post. Let's go right to it. Here's the conversation that we had about it. This is what Jason M had to say. So this counts as a definite submission from Jason M. Salute to Jason M. Jason M mentions, let's go this way. D Money clearly won this battle. He had altercations with the majority of judges, and Reaper friends with judges. So Jason M has D Money. And this is our comment. The submission was locked. So we already locked this as submission 9 days ago. Yeah, there are many that won't let D Money win anything. This goes back to a conversation we had regarding Innovate as far as, will individuals let Innovate lose a battle? Well, for D Money, will they let him win a battle? And a lot of that is because of, we know him and we don't like him. So look, for a lot of these rappers, and this is something that's got to stop. I didn't hear, this has been a common refrain. I didn't see the battle. I didn't hear the battle. but I know so and so lost. Man, can you at least hear the battle? And no, we're not going to review the battle. We're not going to review the battle tonight because we want to get through a lot of our topic. But yeah, Jason M has D Money clearly won the battle, and yeah, we do stand by that. There are many that won't let D Money win anything. Many. Does that mean D Money wins everything? No. Does it mean he should win it? No. But it'll be nice, and it's tough to do because you have human beings that are judging these battles. It's a case of if D Money bodies somebody clearly, then D Money will probably get it. But what happens is if a battle's close and you got anybody, and we're not saying what Jason M said that the judges, that the judges were biased. We were just showing the comment that Jason M said. But we are saying, let's say a battle is close, and let's say there's any judges that just don't like D Money. If it's close, that's going to be against D Money. Just like if Rock Files was to battle somebody, and there's a whole bunch of individuals in many sectors that don't like Rock Files, that's fine. But if it's close, it's going to go against Rock Files because that shade of bias of we just don't like Rock. Sorry, we can't give it to you. Rap Ref, salute to Rap Ref. By the way, be sure to subscribe to 219 Salvo. And also congratulations to Rap Ref for the I Speak Candidly podcast. That's fire stuff, man. But this what Rapper had to say. That's virtual period. It's almost as if somebody complained about the flawed judging system earlier, and that's Rapper. Yeah. And here's a joke from us. Whom was that? Seems familiar. Now, all jokes aside, each league sets its rules, though. And what we mean by that, let's explain that. Each league sets its rules, mean that when a battler battles, if you're going to be battling a situation where individuals are for you or against you. Really what it matters now, it doesn't seem like a lot of battlers in virtual or otherwise are really going for wins or losses because of that reason. I mean, let's be honest. They know what type of character they have. As far as character is not so much, it's more like image. It's more like, are you a hero or a villain? That type of character, not being honest or street or whatever. They know what type of character they have as far as the consensus. So a lot of them might be just going for content. And honestly, that's smart. That's very, very smart. Just go for the content, go for a good performance. Because if you know you're battling somewhere, you're not going to get a good shake. Or you're not going to get a fair shake or a fair judgment. If that's what you believe, get what you can out of it. Control your controllables. Control your controllables. Mr. ENT mentions, salute to Mr. ENT. Wait, I got to see this battle with Dumb Money. Okay, obviously Mr. ENT don't like D Money. Yeah, we're probably going to have to do that our next live. It would be nice to do it this way. Who we got? Mr. ENT, I meant D Money. Okay, cool. Hey, Mr. ENT, one day you and D Money may have to battle in person. You may want to see that. Now, of course, can you almost hear the consistency? Nobody want to see that battle. All right, hey, that's cool. All right. We're just saying, where there's smoke, salute to Smoke Kings, but where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go. So, yeah, so they got Reaper Rail clearly over D Money. One thing about Reaper Rail, though, and so wait, we got to say this. All praise to the Almighty Yahuwah for Reaper Rail's recovery, man. Reaper Rail still, look, there's no excuse for a lot of these other battle rappers. A lot of battle rappers say, well, I ain't going to be able to do it because I'm sick. I ain't going to be able to do it because, I stubbed my big toe. Here's Reaper Rail out of the hospital, still submitting and still giving a round to Verbal Online. Salute to Reaper Rail for that, straight up. Saying that. Reaper Rail gets away with a lot of low energy performances. The bars will be there, but occasionally delivery's not there. This battle might be closer than 71-29. We'll kind of lean toward Reaper Rail winning it, but 71-29, that seems not completely far apart like that, but maybe be like 75-25, something like that. Let's move on. C Double versus your boy Clip. Yeah, the consensus favors your boy Clip over C Double. Your boy Clip went off, man. That was a special performance. Now there's a controversy to where your boy Clip went. Now, and this is why we're discussing beforehand what were the round arrangements how long were they allowed to go? Were these round arrangements allowed to go 2 minutes with a grace period, 2 minutes, 30 seconds with a grace period, etc.? C-Double mentioned that, well, no, we're supposed to have 2 minutes, I believe, and again, in every respect to correct it, I believe it's supposed to be 2 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds with a grace period. Your boy Clip went over that. But what happens is if the judges don't stop it or if the host doesn't stop it, it seems like that material counts. Your boy Clip went off, man. That was a special performance. Special performance. Salute to C-Double. But yeah, your boy Clip won that. 89-11. That's a little bit crazy, but your boy Clip did clearly win a battle. Man. He did clearly win a battle. We will review all this in another live. Fire the Misfit, Ski Mask Rico. Fire the Misfit gets this one. I don't know what, and you know what? It seems like when Fire the Misfit battles on Verbal Online Arena, he's given a different set of criteria than others are. Know what I'm saying? Like it's like if Fire the Misfit does better than his opponent, but it's not on a level like Fire the Misfit versus Cash Bills, then that's going to work against Fire the Misfit. And it's nothing against Ski Mask Rico. Ski Mask Rico had a chance here to kind of even out this battle, and that would have did him well, because especially coming off that last performance, he went crazy. He was the battler of that night on the last card. This is, you know, the competition increases. He didn't win the battle. 90% to 10. Okay. Now we get to performer tonight. It's interesting that Nadia Ali, because honestly, the performer tonight, we were going with your boy Clip. But that's just our take of it. We went with your boy Clip over that. There's nothing against Nadia Ali. And keep in mind, our preference for your boy Clip was maybe like a 51-49 over Nadia Ali. Just because your boy Clip was just going crazy. Nadia Ali went crazy too, but Clip just had a little bit more bars, and he was just going crazier than Nadia Ali did. Nadia Ali was fire. But what Consensus has 12 votes, and this is 9 days ago, they got Nadia Ali for performance of the night in this group of 4. We had to do different groups of 4. Again, YouTube doesn't allow for like any other divisions. So what we do, we take one group of 4, and then we put similar names that perform well against another group of 4. So Nadia Ali wins this one clearly. So right now she's in the lead for fan vote for performer of the night for Money Talks by fan vote. Submission vote is a little bit different. Let's go here. Battle of the night, your boy Clip versus C-Double. Here's what's weird about this. If you look at you see this? So they're saying your boy Clip basically in a way body C-Double, but they're saying that this is the battle of the night, whereas Mike Johnson versus Status is a deadlock. Look at that. That's a deadlock. How is that not battle of the night? How is Status versus Mike Johnson not battle of the night? But hey, consensus is consensus, right? So they have your boy Clip versus C-Double pretty convincingly as battle of the night. Now, this could have been off of anticipation because C-Double's coming off his battle of the night. Your boy Clip is fire. You know, that could be the main battle that's remembered here. You know, so this could have been to where, well, it wasn't about how close the competition was. It's about how memorable the battle was. That can happen, man. That can happen. So your boy Clip versus C-Double, 62%. They got the lead, and they basically got the fan vote for battle of the night for Money Talks on Verbal Online Arena. Performer tonight again. This is even including Fire the Misfit. So you see, the first group of 4 had G's the One in there because he won, right? He didn't get no vote. Here, we take the same group of 4. We take a group of 4. We include Nadia Ali, your boy Clip, and Mike Johnson because they at least got some traction in the first group. And here, even more so, Nadia Ali. Because some of this have to do with people just don't like Yo 2 Times. Of course it could. But Nadia Ali didn't win. And it could also be like, well, Nadia Ali got a tougher opponent out here. But is Yo 2 Times the tougher opponent than Ski Mask Rico and Verbal Online Arena? Those two should battle. That would be a good Indiana war. Yo 2 Times should battle Ski Mask Rico. That's going to be our suggestion. Hold on a minute. Yo. We got Pablo Picasso in the building. Pablo Picasso in the building. Be sure to subscribe to Unscripted Logic, Social Assassin, Pablo Picasso. subscribe to all 3 of those channels. Salute. We welcome you. We welcome you. Pablo mentions, Remind Me versus D Money was not body of the night, but went on to be body of the year. Yeah, that can happen. And this is how it can happen. Because data also depends on when it's collected, right? Because let's be honest, and that's why it's tough to judge a battle. Because at that moment, there's a certain effect of that battle on the judge, on judges. So maybe at that moment, they're like, well, nah, this is what I prefer, this is what I prefer. Then they watch it back and say, I see this now. I see that now. It's just like any quote unquote work of art. So that's what happened with that. Yeah, but everybody, Pablo. That's also a part of it. Not gonna deny that. Pablo mentions because people don't really listen. That's why. Not only do they not listen, but a lot of battle rappers don't deliver. And then Pablo, you do deliver. Like one thing that's good about Pablo Picasso as a battle rapper, you hear his words. Can we be honest? It's tough to judge a battle if someone doesn't enunciate well. Just like it'll be tough to hear this broadcast right now. If as a blogger, if the enunciation is not on point, then how are you going to understand what's being said? And then what complaint is it to where like, well, people didn't understand what I was saying in the blog. That's a partnership. The blogger has to speak more authority with more bass in the voice and more enunciation. That's the same with a battler. And Pablo does that well. But there's a lot of battlers that got these great bars. They're not delivered well. Delivery is an aspect of battle rap. That's also a part of it. But yes, to go with Pablo's saying, because people don't really listen, they don't, man. Let's even go further. A lot of people, not only do they not listen, but a lot of them don't understand a lot of bars beyond, case in point, the URL format. You got a lot of individuals that only react to a bar if the word like is used in the verse. If the word like is used, they go, ooh. And that's like, honestly, that's kindergarten writing. Because I'm this, like a, this, like a, this, like a. That's kindergarten writing. Let's go to Pablo. It is different. Pablo said, I'm just saying live is different. 185% different. Yeah. And also, let's go here, Pablo. Virtually speaking, Wi-Fi will have a take, audio will have a take, kind of in the Sick Mosh battle, right? Yeah, in that Sick Mosh battle, because it was, because there was audio interference, he was rapping, but couldn't hear it. That's why he lost. That can happen. Pablo mentions, right, or a 762. Pablo, good to see you, brother. Oh, Miss DNT, I rarely use similes, Rock. Thank you. And look, there's a way to even use a simile without the dang on word like. This is 2026, right? Dog, where's the advancement, man? I mean, we did this in 2024, 25, and now 26, man. There's so many ways to communicate. So many ways to communicate in a battle instead of the same old copy-paste style. Anyway, salute to Miss T for that. Pablo 223. Salute to that. Oh, and don't forget, along with the 223s, for those that like gun bars and stuff, we're getting close to a moment. Now, don't get it wrong. Gun bars are good. Like Pablo has some good gun bars. Obviously, Rum Nitty is one of the best gun line rappers out here. Taylor is called the gun line king or gun bar king. There's a few that can keep that going, but we are getting too close to a point. We are getting close to a point where the gun bar and gun this and gun and I'm shooting this and battle rap, that's starting to get us played out as blah, blah, blah versus blah, blah, blah. It really is. Pablo mentions, PSA, I hit up Innovate, haven't heard back. Challenge Maze, he ducked in the QP joint, and the QP joint got pushed out. Yeah, man. All we can do is say, hey, we're going to keep trying. That's the way. That's what the purpose of conversation. Oh yeah, Mr. ENT, gun bar ENT. There you go. But it's going to be up to those that use these gun bars because we're getting kind of close to a played out element of it. You're gonna have to do something innovative to keep that interest up. Be more innovative. Maybe give us something different about a gun. Okay, so Pablo mentions it's not that I'm not battling. I'm just waiting. That's fair. That's fair. So Pablo says he hit up Innovate. Here it is right here. Pablo says he hit up Innovate, challenged Maze, Maze ducked, and the QP joint got. So Maze, QP, and Innovate. We want to see y'all battle Pablo Picasso. Simple as that. And honestly, at this point, don't even care where it's at. We just want to see the battle. You know, so get it done. Who can get it done? So Nadia Ali is going to be your fan vote winner for Performer of the Night. 18 votes, Nadia Ali. Submission vote may be a little different. Oh, by the way, just want to announce this. Salute to C Double that mentioned this. If anybody wants to try out to be part of the verbal brand, the verbal online arena, you're more than willing to try out. Contact C Double. Oh, sign up. Oh, sign-ups already started. Okay, because this was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So hey, sign up to be a part of verbal online arena. To be a part of that, you know. Let's get the battles going. Money on the floor. Money on the floor. And this is called the Come Home. This is called Come Home to Tryout. So contact C Double, that's C Double 24 on YouTube, or contact him on Instagram. Now we get to the moment of virtual battle rap discussion right now. We're starting a series. Be patient with us, all right? Yes, that's 100%. That's official. Pablo mentions the whole anger management got moved. Not just my battle, though. That's 100%. 100%. Bruce Leaf, salute. And actually, Bruce Leaf, you're right here. What? So people don't think it's my fault. It's covered. It's covered. We're going to officially say that Pablo has said that he has contacted Innovate. No contact back. That he contacted Maze, he ducked, and the QP battle got pushed back. Had to clarify. Salute to Pablo. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting a virtual era series. Virtual era series. What's a virtual era series? We're taking battles from all across virtual battle rap eras and also virtual battle rap leagues. And we're asking, what tier do they belong? Here's what we're doing. We're going to be giving awards for this. How does the award system work for this, right? Pablo, yeah. Kind of chloroform. Absolutely. This is how it works. So take this battle here. And we're just asking questions. I'll be honest. We will be honest on this channel. A lot of these battles haven't seen in a while. That's why we're asking you first, the viewing public. For those that see these battles and remember these battles, what do you think of these battles? We got 4 categories, as you see here. We got trash tier. It doesn't require an explanation. Mid tier, y'all know what that is. Top tier and legend tier. Now, here's how this is going to work. If we get enough traction that says a certain battle is a certain tier, we're only giving 2 awards per battle. That's legend tier and top tier. In order to get a top tier award, the majority of your percentage has to result in that. That will be considered the fan vote. We will do a submission vote for this also. We'll bring this to a discussion. So right here, now look, this is final data. 2 days ago was only 8 votes. Oh, well, final data here goes not just by the amount of votes, but also goes by how, the duration of the post. This has been up for 24 hours. So it's either 24 hours or it's 30 votes now. We got 300, according to YouTube, they say we got 300 subscribers. So 30 votes or 24 hours or more. This is 48 hours. Excuse me. This is 48 hours. So right now, Rio vs. Innovate has earned the award of top tier virtual era series battle. Congratulations to Rio vs. Innovate. That will be a designation for them. That also will kind of set their place in virtual battle rap history. So Rio vs. Innovate is a top tier virtual battle rap award winner. We will be putting those. You already know what we do with the graphics. We're gonna put those graphics up as soon as possible. All right, let's go on. Here's another award for top tier battle, and this was what? Yeah, 48 hours ago. This is final data. QP versus Clip Corleone has been awarded top tier battle. You see the 64%. Let's go back. Here you see 63% mid tier, top tier, mid tier, right? So 63%, way over 38%. The majority of the vote went to top tier battle. That's the top tier battle award winner. So congratulations to Real vs. Innovate, and also congratulations to Clip Corleone versus QP. Top tier battle. It's interesting that 9% consider that trash tier battle. Okay. But no, 64% top tier battle. And yeah, we can do this again. Yeah, it's possible to get more than one award. This could be for 2026. We can bring this back as often as we want to keep getting that. Yes, you can get more than one award for the same battle. Oh, absolutely. Because let's say in this case, if it was a whole lot of percentage top tier, let's do this. If it was a whole lot of percentage legend tier for one, and then we do it again, it's for top tier, you can get a top tier and a legend tier award for that battle. Yes, that's what we're doing. Oh yeah. And this is by fan vote, by the way. This is fan vote. Let's keep going. Now here's Spasmatic versus Teeksta. 48 hours ago, final data. This gets a mid-tier. We're not giving mid-tier awards. Only top tier and legend tier awards. We will explain that criteria again when we go live. So this has been called a mid-tier. We're going to repost this one. Mid-tier battle. Okay. Now, Gullah JB versus C Double. This has been considered by most a trash tier battle because over 50% of this has this as a trash tier battle. Isn't it interesting, though, that you got 8% here, which is 16, 33, 40. We've been here before. So there's 1% missing out of this total. All right. But FanVote says a trash tier. We're not giving trash tier awards. A lot of these will be reposted again. Oh, yeah. And also there's going to be other new battles posted to say where do these battles belong. Okay. Pablo mentions, I love to see where I'm ranked as far as battles. Pablo, we're going to post a couple of your battles probably. Yeah, it'll be this week. Got a lot of battles to go through, And we're just gathering that. We're asking questions. We're having conversations. If it does become necessary to review it live on this channel, we have no problem doing that. Simple as that. ENT mentions with respect on the rock. I know a battle to three. I know I battle three, 2-3, but I'm accepting nothing less than mid tier. Well, Mr. ENT, you have to battle for that. Because you may consider yourself mid tier, but when we ask individuals what they say, they got the right to say what they say. So okay, so yeah, Mr. ENT, if you show out, but Mr. ENT, the thing is, if you're only going to battle 3 occasions in a season, you're gonna have to take some heavy duty names, bro, in order to be ranked and be mid tier or above. But the good news is, Mr. ENT, there's not going to be a lot of virtual battles happening. Not unless it's Verbal Online Arena. And look, just want to say this. Salute to VBL. VBL has decided to move on. Not mad at that at all. They've been through a lot. Not mad. Salute to VBL. Appreciate VBL's contribution. Same thing we said for Smoke. Same thing I said for TM. Salute to them. They put these cards on. It's not easy to put these events on. Salute to them for doing that. But they decided to move on. So now that leaves Jicky Battle League, Verbal Online Arena, and possibly the Reign. Possibly, at least. So you got 3. So that means someone could win 2026 virtual battle rap champ with only 3 or 4 or 5 battles. So Mr. ENT, Maze, the rest of you that still want to battle virtually, there's an opportunity for you. Let's keep going. So right now, that's been called, at least at this point, in January 2026, a trash tier battle between Gullah JB and C Double. Okay. Rap Rep versus Joe Pressure. This was called a trash tier battle. The only question would be why. Joe Pressure and Rap Rep had a war. Now, granted, it was 1 round, but they went to war on that. And just to say this, just want to answer this publicly for Rap Rep. And it was already answered. We're just reviewing the submission. This is a submission review. Alrighty. So Rapper mentioned Respect Bowl. I don't know the context of this, but this battle happened 2 seasons ago, and I fully withdrawn from virtual. It's kicking a dead horse. I asked Hunter to not be considered for a polling of any kind. No problem. Here's the response. And this is for any battle rapper also. We're just showing you an example of the response. Okay. Much respect and nothing but respect. To explain properly the context of this question, it is simply for a record and question review of history, not for any promo to book any future nor present battles, No traction at all is intended here for the Rap Ref brand. And to go further, no traction at all is really intended, like case in point, as we do this historical walk to see what battles throughout virtual battle rap history was, trash tier, mid-tier, top tier, and legend tier. This is strictly for discussion. Where it goes is where it goes. But our intent is to say, hey, reviewing these battles, we're a rock files. We're like a library. We're data. So we're just saying the same thing we do with present battles. We're doing the same thing with battles throughout history. That's it. As it says here, no traction at all is intended here for the Rap Ref brand, nor for virtual battle rap. If virtual battle rap becomes just a discussion of things of what they used to be, that's fine by us. That's fine. If all of a sudden someone says, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing so-and-so come back and battle so-and-so. That's fine by us also. But our intention is just to ask questions and see where these battles rank. That's it. So for those that have left virtual battle rap, they're more than welcome to leave virtual battle rap. It's no harm, no foul. There's no shade. So we said that publicly. Hopefully it's heard. All righty. Salute to Rap Ref, by the way. Be sure to subscribe to 219 Salvo. Be sure to subscribe to the I Speak Bluntly. No, yeah, that's right. I Speak Bluntly podcast. All righty. So the Rap Ref versus Joe Pressure was called trash tier by 56%, mid tier 33%. Oh, but whoa. We got somebody that said legend tier. So we did get a vote for legend. Talk about a spread data. That's crazy. So we got one for legend tier, but of course the majority are saying trash tier battle. Okay. Moving on. We're going to repost a lot of these again. And that's kind of like just to be sure. Okay. Alex Palace versus De Niro. That guy, now we got a deadlock here. Top tier versus mid tier. So that means this is final data for a well, no, it's not. Well, yeah, it is. 24 hours. It's final data for a deadlock, but we're going to see a little bit more because deadlock, top tier, mid tier. We're doing that to see if it maybe can hold a top tier status. And if it does, it gets that award, But now top tier 42%, mid tier 42%, trash tier 14%. 7 votes. Okay. Innovate versus Shane Mack. Wow. Mid tier battle. With Innovate? How's the battle with Innovate mid tier? Somebody have to explain that one. Oh, here we go. Pablo. Yeah, I don't know. We were making graphics for Rap Rev versus T. My bad. We were making graphics for Rap Rev versus Reap, but I seen on panels them openly shopping it to DNA2 channel, so I don't know. Okay. All right, cool. That's for the ring involvement. So that's another channel. Also, Fresh Got the Files is also another channel that'll be doing that. Also, Joe Pressure has the so we got Joe forget. Hey, ENT, what's the name of Joe Pressure's virtual battle rap league again? I think it's called, man. And if anybody watching, what's the name of it? Yeah. So Joe Pressure has the league. That's the point. Joe Pressure has the league, virtual battle rap league. DNA Tooth, Fresh Got the Files, and of course, possibly the Ring, Jiggy Battle League, and Verbal Honor Arena. So that's there you go, my man. Yeah, Joe Pressure is called Under Pressure Battle Rap League. Salute to Miss DNT for that. Thank you. Hey, that's the reason why we do that. And it's on Instagram. Those battles are on Instagram. So again, Joe Pressure has a league called Under Pressure Battle Rap League on Instagram. Salute to Joe Pressure and everybody over there. Yeah, we're here for virtual battle rap. That's as far as we're going with it. We're here for virtual battle rap. All right. So this battle, Innovate versus Shane Mack, is a mid-tier battle. And you know what? We're going to have a discussion about just to have a conversation. What's considered a mid-tier battle, legend tier? Is it how great the battle was, or is it just names? We're going to ask that. We're going to ask that in the post. Mm-hmm. All righty. So that Shane Mack versus Innovate, 63% mid-tier battle, 25% trash tier, 13% top tier. Okay. All right, and that concludes that list for now. There will be more battles coming up. So now you have the rollout about what is the virtual era series. Awards will be given. Again, just keep watching the Rock Files channel. You'll see them when they get posted, and we will go live to show them off. We can't really give you a day specifically when that will be posted and all that because we're busy. Again, we are on tour. For those that's interested in Ferndale, Michigan, we have another thing happening at a place called New Way right off of Woodward. Yes, Ferndale, Rainbow Ferndale, but hey, the New Way is all right. New Way is all right. And also the following weekend, we will be in Ohio. We'll be in Ohio at a place called The Village. Not that type of village. Chill. Fabulous pizza down there. Mr. E.T. says it's all about, it's about the battles and it's about the bars. So that would be, that's kind of okay, but which one more? E.T., salute to that. Is it more about when we call something, when we like judge the tiers? Is it more bars and performance and how good the battle was? Or is it strictly just the names? We got to get something that weighs a little bit more. Now, of course, it depends on the battle. Case in point. So let's paint a picture. Let's say you got two top names battling each other, but they're both trash that day, right? Is that still a top tier battle just because they had two high ranking names and had a bad performance? Or would that be a low tier battle regardless of the name because of the bad performance? Okay, so here we go. ENT says no, it goes to the bars. Okay, so ENT will say, depending on the quality of the bars, would be more of a slight advantage for the type of tier it would be. Okay, cool. So if we're gonna put that in a we're gonna type that up right now. Yeah, we're gonna type up and this will be a part of that. We're gonna do this right now in front of you. And look, YouTube, if you play yourself again by saying you want to see an ID or whatever, that ain't gonna happen here. That ain't gonna happen here. We're not showing no ID. We'll just go ahead and wait it out. What determines a tier? There you go. What determines a battle rap tier? And to be clear, what determines? Yeah, we can do that. What determines a battle rap tier? We'll ask it this way first. And it's going to be two categories: bars, lyrics, performance, moments, names, popularity, and names of popularity. We'll leave it there. There's something we're missing with. Yeah, names, popularity. Impact. Yeah, impact. Yeah. So we'll ask it this way first. If that doesn't work, we'll ask it another way. And there we go. It is now posted. Boom. It's now posted. So that'll be okay. Salute to that. Pablo mentioned, because Real vs. Innovate was not that good, bruh. They misremembering. Okay. Pablo mentions, I watched it on the stream not long ago. Okay. So that could be, so whatever swaying that to be what that is probably based off of names. Okay. In that case, as far as remembering. ENT. But it was both good names that we know they can actually perform in a mess up. But I see where you're going. But ENT says it all comes down to the bars. We're gonna find out, man. We're gonna find out. So we got mostly a sway here, SWAY, for performance bars, but also performance determines the tier of the battle. Y'all remember Danny Myers versus Rum Nitty, the first one, when they both were hungry before they got poisoned by URL. This is where both of them were a little lesser known, right? They were not mainstream battle rappers. That's one of the best battles this brother or our company ever seen, right? That's a top tier battle off of skill. We showed you the Craig Lamar versus Prez Mafia, lesser known names, but that battle was incredible. It was an incredible battle. We would consider that a top tier battle. We're just giving you examples. Now, y'all remember Hitman versus Conceited? Two of the most top names in battle rap history. That battle was trash. That's a low tier battle off of skill. It was trash. It was a horrible battle. Horrible. So that's why we asked this question. What determines a tier? And yes, we're going to keep asking the same questions because obviously things will change based off of memory. There's not a lot of channels that's having these conversations and breaking it down data-wise like this. They're not. But we will do. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got. That's what we. Oh, no, we're not done. Hold on. So that is the Virtual Era Series. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so pleased to pronounce and announce the return of a Rock Files channel favorite. Oh, you know what it is. Don't act like you don't know what it is, because you know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, hold on. Let it slow boil. So bad at this. Oh my gosh. Hold on. There we go. Man. Oh, there it is. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the return of the social media scroll. Yes, the social media scroll. Y'all know what the social media scroll is. We go through some things that were saved on some of our social media, some things we saw on social media, and we're just going to discuss them and give some thoughts. And obviously, we invite the chat and those that wish to. You're more than willing to give your thoughts also. Let us see what we got. Now we're going to go away from the sports, because we started with sports already, right? Okay, we're leaving the sports. Oh, we got this right here. All right, we got Cassidy dropped a diss track. Man, if Cassidy could battle as well as he dropped diss tracks, boy, look out. And it's not that he's complete trash that way. This is off of URL TV. URLTV.T, follow the movement, all that whoopie-doo. Cassidy drops 10-minute John diss, the bullpen. All right.
John overtaking shit. Now Chris Petty took his lead. Battle Facts took his last event. Calico took his baby mom. Look at Karma. The truth will live a long time. A lie die faster. It's slugs, not lightning bugs when fire fly at you. I'm a ride or die rapper for chopper cases. Homie the clown. When my homies around, they be socking faces. Try not to hate this, you can admit it. I'm back snapping, cats capping. In this new era, I've benefited. It cost
benefited, cats capping. Don't like that one. But wait. Cassidy rapping, though. That's what he does on a diss track. He rapping.
Spend a minute, don't limit your time grind, cause they giving out bids at Einstein. John got 30 by fines. I took a different route. He tried to scam me and rob Danny. I put his business out. And Calico living rent free in the house, cause his baby mom keep a Calico in her mouth. Calico sign, he got the scar. I could spot a fraud, dog see through like rubbing alcohol. I watched it all, heard the bad news. Ox snitch, mad dudes who pop clips walking the Charlie Dash.
Let's stop. Does anybody in battle rap not snitch? It's getting to the point, man. Just say that snitching is cool. Yo, battle rap and hip hop. Just say snitching is cool, man. Because quite frankly, all of y'all do it, man. I mean, if you add up all the individuals that either got accused of snitching or have snitched or say they snitch on a certain, you snitch. And let's be honest, rapping is a form of snitching in a lot of ways. When you're telling other people business, you snitch. You're snitches. You are. But hey, we're entertained. Let's keep playing. This is a typical Cassidy diss track. And one thing about Cassidy that's awesome is when Cassidy is on a diss track, it's all focused on that subject usually. It really is. Let's keep going.
I draw on them like tattoos. This pussy get a feet lying. My dogs eat cats food. I'm that dude you ask, but get gas still. Glass still and commissary could be your last meal.
Like that. And commissary could be your last meal. The imagery of that is fire. Let's go.
I see rappers ratting on a podcast still. Cash still. If you don't stay on your toes, a tag will.
Yeah, if you don't stay on your toes, the tag will. Let's go.
He lacks skill, I'ma do this man crazy. And yo, this a clear window, no damn squeegee. I move a couple thousand grams weekly and my bags is gas. I stare behind.
Yo, what? Mr. E&T. He laughs at Mr. E&T or dry snitching. And if it is dry snitching, it's snitching, dog. I mean, and granted, you know, I think what's happening, what's probably happening in battle rap is there's a fantasy element, right? Possibly individuals know deep down inside. Let's do this. individuals know consciously and subconsciously, possibly, right, that this image of hip hop does not hold up. These dudes are not gangsters, man. Come on, man. Like Cassie just mentioned, I move keys like this. No. You used to. Most of the rappers that do this street element, they are out of the game. They're like, okay, so where do you find the moment? Yeah. We saw the movie from 50. 50, Get Rich or Die Trying. He's still rapping, but he's still in the street. He's still rapping the street. But guess what? He got the more he was getting, the more he was getting the hustle off the rap. He wasn't in the streets no more when I wasn't. So that means most of these rappers that are rapping this stuff about street. I move keys. I do this. I do that. Blah blah blah. No, you're not anymore. It's a fantasy. And what most of hip hop and rap and battle rap really are trying to defend is, yeah, we might know it's not accurate, but we are entertained by the fantasy and we want to uphold the fantasy of it all. So those that are not convincing of the fantasy, we're going to disrespect. That's really what's going on here, man. That's what's going on here, man. People have got accustomed to the fantasy and they want to keep living. They want to keep enjoying the fantasy. Miss ENT says, yeah, man. It's a fantasy. Let's go ahead and finish it out.
My tree like your man Geechee. Listen, niggas free, but they mind in prison.
Right.
For convictions, they itching, dog flee, cause time is ticking. I'm kinda sick and I need a cough drop. All my bars hot, but they really hard to catch like smallpox.
That's awful close to a chickenpox line. Careful. Let's keep going.
I don't hair growth like ball spots. Bitch, get a scar shot. Baby to your head like a soft spot. Dog stop capping like a sun visor off top.
Way too many likes.
They give me a call. You niggas call cops. Yes, will be.
That was fire. I think he said something like that before, right? He said they give me a call. They give me a call, nigga. You call cops. That's fire. More of that.
Real easy. That's the name flip. The captain on the block is neighborhood.
Ah, this sounds familiar. The captain on the block is neighborhood watch. What you gonna say about it, Cassidy?
Watch the main snitch.
Ah, there it is. Boom. There go Cassidy right there. Thank you. Now it's interesting when this channel and the other channels identified that the neighborhood watch, which is a block captain, neighborhood watch, is the main snitch. And listen, look, ENT. Salute to ENT, okay, talk heavy rock, ENT. Ooh, right. Hey, we just saved it. We didn't know that he said that. Baby, see you in a baby, see you in like a song by Fire. Right. But notice, even Cassidy. See, when Cassidy says it, now it's like, yeah, man, that is some snitching stuff. See, there's picking and choosing all through, and then picking and choosing ain't going nowhere. A lot of this stuff depends on who say it, right? That's cool. That's and actually is very liberating. We don't have to be too concerned about the response anymore because we know the response is biased. The response is biased. Cassidy says that Easy the block captain. I don't know why. Respect Easy. Why would you name yourself a block captain, bro? Come on, man. And look, we said this a while ago. We're not the first channel to say it. Other channels have said it way before we even had a channel. That block captain, for anyone that grew up in around like neighborhood watches and stuff, that is the main snitch. They're the main ones on the walkie-talkie saying, by the way, this was going on in the hood. This was going on in the hood. ENT, baby to your head like a soft spot. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right, what we got?
I aim sticks big enough to make a train flip. Track you down subway and out the strap slug spray. Blood spray. You better pray you never see Pap again. Cause you lied on our lie after Pap tapped your chin. Liar.
That's fire. That's fire. Like that. Let's keep going.
You don't rap again. You might have balled before, but if I air you out, you won't bounce back again.
A very quick basketball scheme. Go, Cassidy, go, man. Go.
And I read the Bible 1 John, thou shalt not steal, and you were still in that 1 John.
I read the Bible every verse, John, thou shalt not steal, and you were still in every verse, John. Fire!
I'm back around. If it's a man's world, why when you graduate, they put you in a cap and gown? No cap and gown for girls, don't get distracted now. In the school only for fish, I'm throwing facts around. Do you believe the earth flat around? I don't know, but if you lay flat in the earth, you won't come back around. I pack the pound, keep the 5.
Why hasn't nobody else said that? Like that one. Like that one. The flat around, earth flat, round. Yeah. No one thought to say that before, at least that we've heard. Maybe,
When the fifth clap, it got kicked back like it sold you the wrong sneaker size. Yo, on the low like Wiz Khalifa eyes, I will clap it. But my Stillmatic ain't that release from Nas. My gold flooded, you cold blooded, the heater rise. Nah, I ain't stepping no shit, but what's on my feet is fly. Real nigga shit, we.
Ooh, but what's on my feet is fly. Yeah. Uh-oh. We got education.
Indigenous, not the Indians, but in the end, niggas gonna need a chief to lead the tribe.
That Indian in the end don't like that. And actually, well, we're not gonna go into it. We those who don't know. I need
the slide. I got phenomenal aim, like a panther black. I put that on Geronimo name.
Cassidy rapping, dog. It's kind of like a wave, right? Cassidy got some crazy moments, and Cassidy got some moments, and Cassidy got some crazy moments. So far, this is headed for a diss track. This headed to like a 7 or 8. Yeah.
Gave your chick abdominal pain. We ate dinner, then I boned on the table like a domino game. Bang. I'm a shotter, yo. You gotta go calico. All jokes aside, if I spin your insides a show. And the men beside me, yo, will spin the block driving slow. On whatever side of the city niggas decide to go. Llama blow, yo. I shot a op a long time ago. We still feel the pain.
Didn't we just talk about gun bars? A whole lot of them here. Go.
It rain and anytime it snow. Yo, when me and riders be linking, we not a navigators. Life a bitch, but that's how Mother Nature baby daddy made her. Karma's a bitch too. I bet you Puff Daddy hater. Pray that bitch don't put your location in a navigator. Later, you made an irreversible decision. I could murder you. It's up in a vertical position. You might
see when he does that imagery. That's when Cassidy really fired, man. The imagery, similar to like a JC when he does it. When he does that, man, it's incredible. But when you get to that like and all that stuff, nah.
Take this personal, but listen, you the person that audition to be Bow Wow, personal assist. I'm the person. Yeah. And all this material is direct. That's what a diss track supposed to be. Person that has shirtless women working in the kitchen, and I still peel caps, but not a person on prescription. I could stick the knife I brung to the table under your navel, and with surgical precision, make a surgical incision.
Yes, with surgical precision, make a surgical incision. Let's go. Like that. Yeah, rap. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more, and for those that want to hear it in its entirety, it's on the URL TV channel. Yeah, we actually saved some for URL TV. Salute.
Listen, if I cut you from your ear to neck, stitches make you look ridiculous. Only the right side of your beard is left. I let it fly on this nigga that ain't clear as debts. He took flight, got aired, and then his spirit left. I hear the threats, but he can hear the shots. John ain't never move a key, and he from Yonkers, right near the locks.
All right, so salute to that. Based on what we heard, yeah, we're about at we'll give it an 8. Yeah, 8, man. We'll give it a 7. Like a 7.5. Give it a 7.5. Let's keep going. What else we got in the social media scroll? Let's see. Let's go here. This is funny. This is just funny.
Look, imagine me in a 30, I'm going 60, the weather's 20 below, and I'm cruising around the city. My Nissan tires bar, sliding without the traction, but I got a place, so I'm headed to get some action. Made a little pit stop on the north of the quickie. I hit my lean up, she like, where did you get me? I said a 3.5, I hope you can roll a blunt. You told me that you don't smoke, I told you I need a nut. So my EPA is 15 and change. She hit me and said, cool, I just showered, I'm finna change, alright. I hit the gas and you will never guess what? A bitch got stuck. Shit out of luck, my car heated, I'm heated, it's still cold. I just got the Nissan, so I'm out in the fishbowl like fuck. I'm stuck in the whip trying to think fast and trying not to panic and hear a hit on the glass. And it's a hit, what's up, niece? I'm like, what's up, Unc? He said, You got five for what? To get drunk? He said, you mind yours and I mind mine too. And I'll push you out to snow you times that 5 by 2. For 10, he said, yeah, I looked at him like that. Now mind you, the head skinny, a $1.16 wet. I don't know if it's the drugs, it's the way that he living. A little 1-2 pushing. That nigga really did it. He said, for 5 more, I clean your windshield too. I'm like, I'm good, He like, is you sure, nephew? I'm like, nephew. Nigga, do I look like a stud? He said, I looked down at your phone and I just figured it's such. And that's fair. My last text is to the one that I'm linking. I know that she left you on red. That really got me to thinking. Like, if the bitch ain't check for you while you was out in the cold, why the fuck would you want her as a hoe? Then he went in the stove. I had it.
Was unique. Was really cool about this. Okay. We got this Maze. Yep. We got Maze in the building. Salute to Maze. You know, be sure to subscribe to I Am Maze 513. Oh, we got. We got Maze and Pablo in the chat. Just saying. We don't start nothing here. Salute to Maze, salute to Pablo. Y'all good. I think we saw Greg earlier. Salute. All right. You know, again, virtual battle rap. Or actually battle rap. The reason why we're playing this is because this is a real good take, of course, on the classic children's story from Slick Rick. And of course, she's a lesbian, right? And she's telling her story. You know, her voice is pretty unique. First of all, it's so good that she sounds like a female rapper. A lot of females try to sound like dudes, man. It's good to see that. It's good she sounds a female rapper. It's just a very humorous story. It's a very humorous story. You know, she's talking about linking up with a chick like a dude would. All right. For those that's interested in singing this, her name is Fine Moody. Okay. Fine Moody. Be sure to check her out on Instagram. That's FINDMUDY, one word. Subscribe, follow the channel, all that good stuff. Let's keep it moving. What else we got? Let's get to some topics, man. Yeah, y'all see. Chicago Fire stuff. Whole lot of sports stuff, right? We're gonna say that for more of a sports live. Yeah, cool. Let's go here.
You could full a draft on your scout when the money blown. You could bet your money on that niggas really hit like they funny bone. Cipriani eating beetroot salad like goat cheese. Fans taking pics, wanna see a goat cheese like smile for the haters. Big tips to the waiter, giving rich girl behavior, not a sweat on the wake up. Bare face, no makeup, envelope bread.
Appreciate it, Pablo.
Secure the keeper, I secure a hater. I prescribe a bitch to go and get some money. Waist snatch like a thief, rob me from my stomach. In my town, I'm Chris Brown, Harlem World.
This chick is fire. Her name is Sexy Lexi, right? What's fire about her is not just what she's saying, is that her voice is unique, and she got the attitude down, and you can hear what she's saying, and she got the drama in the presentation, the delivery. No, we're not just delivery people. Well, Rock, you just want like delivery, man. You don't care what the bars are. She's saying some stuff too, but she's commanding attention based on what she has. Let's go.
I run it. How you say you from the town, but you ain't rapping like you from it? All these racks and I be thumbing on your block. I probably spun it like roulette. I rushing, bitch. You know how I be coming. Like who else could have done it, nigga? I got that AP drip.
That's so smart to do that in a cipher, to where you catch your breath, but still don't have any dead sound. That's smart. Go, Lex. What else you got?
Heavy on the sleeve, jeweler keep me froze, put the levy on the freeze, roll a few bloods that be heavy on the sleeves, and I stay with blue faces like I'm heavy on the seas, and this beard growing thick cause he heavy on his knees, and my niggas move bricks, they be heavy on them keys, got the game locked like Khaled, I'm heavy on them keys, and I don't fuck with rats, but I'm heavy on that cheese though, I make his eyes roll back while I deep though.
Wish you wouldn't have went there. But anyway, for those that want to see this whole video, go to 51 Designs. 51 Designs with a Z. Salute to them. They're the one that's this is good cipher. This is good cipher. Slick talk cipher. Look, Goods may have dropped the ball in them diss tracks, but when it comes to these ciphers and present them, you know, he does that well. He does that well. What else we got? What else we got? Looking for a topic. We have to go to our Facebook for the topics. Oh, yo. No. Here's a topic for you. Y'all remember The Last Dragon? What in the world, dog? This is disgusting, yo. So for those that don't know, The Last Dragon was a movie back in, yeah, definitely, Pablo. Good breath control. Absolutely, absolutely. So ENT says Pablo will smoke Maze. Oh, we got a submission. Pablo will smoke Maze. Maze, what you say as far as on a battle thing? Still peaceful. You can respond. Salute to the chat. For those that remember The Last Dragon, right? Now look, that's a then and now. On the left is Bruce Leroy, played by Tamok. All right. And that movie was produced by Berry Gordy for Motown. Okay. So it was basically the Motown, quote unquote, black take on obviously a Bruce Lee movie, right? A Bruce Lee type movie. Man, look. This dude is on the right side with duck lips, man. This dude is on the right side. Tamok, why are you in a picture with duck lips, bruh? We already know Holly Weird is weird. Oh, we got Android Wiggins in the building. Android Wiggins, salute, salute. Be sure to subscribe to Android Wiggins. Wiggins be wigging from Wiggonian University. He be wigging. He be sending people. He'll be honest. Salute to Wiggs, man. Good to see you, man. Okay, and we got rapper for the Bill Salute Power. With all due respect, screw that. Bump that battle in virtual. That's a submission. Yes, that's 100% right. Berry Gordy and Motown produced this movie. You know what? Actually, rapper, if you got a good point. Look, I'm going to go share something with y'all. Hold on. We're going to postpone this social media scroll for a minute. So, I'm going to let you know something. And we're going to hold this comment for a Suta Rapper. Be sure to subscribe to 219 Salvo. Suta Rapper, man. Going to let y'all know something. It was debatable if there was going to even be any more lives on this channel for what Rapper is saying here. Because why does something so simple got to get complicated, man? You know what I'm saying? It's just supposed to be battle rap, right? So our company, and Rock included, was like, man, we can go, if you do go live, leave the virtual battle rap stuff out of it. Just talk, man. And it's not about what most people want to hear from Rock. Rock ain't nobody. Rock doesn't exist. It's about the channel. And honestly, the most strong thing someone can do, a lot of people believe that strength is like, well, man, you got to let people know this. You got to crash out and all that. That ain't strength. Strength is where no matter what it is, you stand on what you do. That's strength right there. And that's why it was debatable to even keep this channel going and do lives in this style. Honestly, we could have just did community posts and did pre-recordings because there's a lot of stupid stuff that was interfering. But the reason why we're doing these lives is to stay on track with what we do. That's it. One thing that comes with being a public figure, and first of all, just going to be very clear, don't want to be a public figure. Not interested in a whole bunch of views and a whole bunch of clout and a whole bunch of faces and none of that. That was said when this channel first started. You're looking at the wrong one. Most individuals do this for clout. Most individuals do this to be seen. They want fame. They want their faces on billboard. Quite frankly, we already have companies that do that. That has no value here. So for those that got this little undercurrent about, well, Rock is a threat, we're competing with Rock. No, you're not. There is no Rock. There's only the Rock Files channel. There's no Rock. Seriously. Stop focusing on Rock. Rock is, to be clear, Rock is giving you no personal information. The privacy will be protected. All right? Nothing wrong with vetting. Don't get this twisted. Nothing wrong with vetting people. Be sure there's no weirdos here and all that. But see, it's easy to take this position or take this stance because, listen, there's nothing to defend. This channel knows what it stands for. The consistency speaks for itself. People don't have to like it. We're not here to be liked. This is not a political campaign over here. We don't care who like what. We're going to be who we are. And that's the main thing as a man. That's the main thing as a person that worships the Almighty can do. Stand for what you're supposed to stand for and keep it consistent. Simple as that. So, Rap Ref, salute to you for leaving virtual because you're not the only one that was thinking about it. And you're right. If something doesn't correlate with your energy, it doesn't deserve it, man. Simple as that. Salute to Rap Ref, man. You just want to address that because that was the thing. Can we just be honest for a minute? Bruh. Tour life is great. Don't get it wrong. There's some BS on tour too, but tour life is great. We don't require battle rap at all over here. We're doing this because we want to see independent minds and independent talent that's not Hollywood. We want to see them win. That's what all this is about. That's it. Could care less about what anybody thinks about the Rock Files channel, Rock Files this, Rock File that. And honestly, it would be nice if all the personal approaches would stop about this channel. It's not a personal channel, dog. But anyway, the main thing, the way to respond to all that is to keep going where the Almighty wants you to go, where your family wants you to go, and where you want to go. Whatever else don't want you to go in them directions don't matter. Salute to Rap Ref, man. Straight up. All right, let's read more comments from the chat and then get back to what we were doing. Pablo mentions, I don't blame you, Ref. I feel the same way at the moment. Yeah. Pablo, yeah. Maze, the people know what to do if they want to see the battle. Okay, so that means that kind of alludes to dropping money. All right, Maze. See. Pablo mentions, everyone acted like I was bugging because I didn't want to rap for free or lose money after Capital Live all out last season and lost money to do battles and events. Strong case. Okay. Maze, fast forward, it's for the culture. It's actually for the profession. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, if we're talking about for the genre of of battle rap, that's what it's for, man. This is not for no, hey man, look, I want a trillion views and I want all these subscribers. All those numbers are fake, yo. All those numbers been fake, they will be fake. And we already did a live about it. Those numbers are fake. How are individuals going to let their measure of value be determined by some strange stuff? Whatever. ENT. No, my bad. Over here. Oh, ENT. I was speaking of battle rap talk. Absolutely. No, you good. Pablo. So if I battle Innovate, it'll be pay-per-view on the ring for free 100%, no free events. Okay. And look, I got no problem paying for that. Pablo mentions, I got more subscribers in the last 2 weeks than 2 months before, so I won't talk battle rap on my channel no more. And obviously, Pablo, keep it a dollar with you. There's a whole lot more to talk about than battle rap. We won't get back to the social. Again, for those on IG, we're going to get back to the social media scroll, but we're going to go to another part of it, and then we're going to conclude the live in a minute. Now, if you 10 toes in your foundation, yeah. And ENT lastly mentions, living is enough for me, Rock. You ain't lying. But over here, it's about pleasing the Almighty Yahweh. That's why none of this people stuff mean anything over here. As far as like, well, this is what people saying about you, Rock, and people. So what? There's no Rock. Honestly, there is no Rock. There's only the Rock Files. There's Walls Entertainment Group Detroit. That's it. There's nothing personal here. This is just a voice, dog. Seriously. Let's get back to social media scroll. Just to go back to this again, dog. Tamok, man. Tamok. Respectfully, dog. You can't be doing. We ain't gonna tell you what you can't be doing. This is nasty. This is almost on the same level as Darius McCrary chilling with that tranny, dog. Ain't no legitimate heterosexual guy should be up in a photograph of any kind doing duck lips, dog. This is nasty, dog. This is nasty. All right, cool. Not for Facebook. Because we got some topics there, maybe out of 2, and then and we're gonna try to have every live be social media scroll. We're gonna try to do that. We got a million topics we have not even touched. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Yeah, we get so much news. You actually got a little bit of social media scroll earlier when we went to. Hold on, what's going on? Let's go back. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh no, we're in the wrong spot. Pause, I guess. Tired of pause too, to be honest with you. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right, cool. Exercise, you join, let it go. What's this? Oh, it's over here? No, let's go over here. Let's go over here. There we go. Oh wow, is that way? Yeah, man, this is nasty. Dog. R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. Yeah, dog. Yeah. Your man's Patrick. This is Patrick Swayze. This is not AI, dog. This is not AI. That is Patrick Swayze, man. That's back in 1995. Here it is. Back in 1995. See? Where that at? There it is. Right here. This is photographed by Mary Ellen. This is Patrick Swayze chilling in Lakeview, California back in 1995. Yeah, man. Yeah. So first we see Tamok with duck lips. Then you see Patrick Swayze in a dress. Maze. Look, when we first got, so wait, let's go to Maze right now. Maze, bruh. Hey, Maze, so you know, salute to Maze. Maze, remember when I think we got it. Remember we ran our channel ran across that swamp video with him getting cosmetics in the chair, getting the sprayed on foundation on his face. Look, thought that was AI, right? We had to investigate it. That was not AI. The point is the same place that that swamp video came from is the same place this picture came from. Not AI, brother. This is Patrick Swayze in Patrick Swayze at home, actor Patrick Swayze at home, 1995, photographed by Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, if you're not familiar, Mary Ellen is like back in the 90s and 2000s, she was like the photographer of the stars. So a lot of stuff you would see on like Esquire magazine, GQ, she was a part of the team that did that, according to the information we have. This is Patrick Swayze, dog. Yeah, Roadhouse Patrick Swayze, dog. Dog. This is not AI, man. And not that it's disappointing, it's just annoying. That's why when we say these Hollywood types, this is what we're talking about, man. You know? And no, for those that can hear it now, oh man, when you on that Adept stuff. Adept is a suit to Adept HNIC, you know, may he be well. But a lot of information that Adept was doing, well, keep in mind, that was information from way back. I mean, this has been around before. Rock Files was around before. Adept was around. HB2Win before even a lot of what they call the conspiracy theorists were around, man. This is nothing new. We can show you pictures of Alice Cooper in dresses. Alice Cooper's from the 70s. That's before even Rock was born. Same. What else we got? Okay, let's do one more. What's this? Oh, this could be something positive right here. I hope so. Could use something positive. Oh, this is beautiful. This is an article from 2018. But here you go. I'm going to read this to you very quickly. Not all of it. Yeah. Let's switch over here. Is it over there? It is. Good. Maze. That Swayze picture. Crazy, fam. I know. Pablo said, I appreciate you, though, because I got to clarify some things, and I wasn't going to talk about it on my lives. Not a problem, Pablo. You know, you got a format here, man. You got a format here. And that's for anybody in the chat. Want to give a special shout out to Angie Baby. You know, if anybody ever want to just chop it up, especially doing like a rock talk episode, you're more than welcome. We will drop the code. Not really doing it tonight because we got to get out of here soon, right? But yeah, we will drop the code. A lot of conversation to kick, and that could be about anything we talked about. You know, so like on a night like tonight about the high school NIL, the Verbal Online Arena, virtual era series, and social media scroll. More than welcome. Here's an article about, and this is something so beautiful. This is back in 2018. A Black-owned restaurant in Dallas reserves Mondays to serve the homeless. It's going to read this part of it up till here. Aside from There you go. Cool. Aside from her love for cooking, Paulette Johnson, an entrepreneur and the owner of Truckers Cafe, also loves helping people. Her cafe has been known not only for its biggest mother trucking burger, but mostly because it closes its doors every Monday to serve the homeless. See, a lot of people want to talk about what the government should do. Sorry, what the United States government should do, what others should do, big companies. Here's somebody. She is a simple entrepreneur, owner of a trucker cafe, and she just chose to close her business to serve the homeless out of her own. Each one teach one. That's the power we have as individuals. Let's continue. Mondays are usually, we're right here, by the way. Mondays, right there. Mondays are usually Mondays are usually a busy day for restaurants with lots of customers coming in and out. But Paulette Johnson shuts down her restaurant every Monday to serve a different clientele, and they will not have to pay. So she's just taking Mondays to say, here's the food. This is how we solve a lot of problems, just by doing it. We each have something we can give. You know, this is what Paulette Johnson's doing with her format, with her business. Mondays, she shuts it down and just gives away food to the homeless, to those that can't eat. And she's probably not even asking for this type of publicity. This is just what she's doing because she sees a problem and she's addressing it. Salute to all praise to Almighty Yahuwah for that. We're going to read this last part here. To the quote, yeah. Okay. Truckers Cafe, located at 1910 Martin Luther King Boulevard in South Dallas, Texas, is closed once a week to accommodate the homeless and those in need of a hot meal. Besides that, Johnson also provides them clean clothes. Well, look at this. Not just food, clean clothes, shoes, and toiletries every Monday. Beautiful. This is her quote. I just feel blessed that somebody is out here to care. People like us. Barbara Jameson smilingly said, despite the hardships that led her to Johnson's Monday lunch. So this is someone that's homeless that was receiving, from Truckers Cafe, led by Paulette Johnson, of course, by the power of the Almighty Yahuwah. Having grown up in a battered woman's shelter, Johnson understands what it's like to go without. This is her quote. Well, we're going to read these two quotes. My heart just flooded. There's no word. I just feel good. Johnson said, I've been aching all day in the morning, feet, everything, dealing with my health. But once I see these guys, all that goes away. That means she's giving all this away. It's not a rate of return. It's not a rate of interest. This is what she's just doing to help a cause. Now, don't get it wrong. The other 5 or 6 days, yeah, she's running business. But she's taking a day, and notice the article mentioned that usually on Mondays, that's the most busy day down there for food. She's taking that, say it might be the most busy. I'm going to cut business, but I'm going to push cause. Regardless of aching all day in the morning, feet, dealing with her health. Once she sees these individuals, all that goes away. Last quote. I just thank God for waking me up, do what I do today, because I know people out here struggling every day. Johnson continued through tears. It's still hard for me, but I'm just worried about everybody that I can help. It's just me. If I can help put smiles on people's faces, that's all I need. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where it's bigger than money. This is where it's bigger than money right here. Salute to this. Salute to this wonderful story. That's the social media scroll. If you would like to have contact of this article, we're gonna bookmark this. This article is on a site called blackbusiness.com. It is entitled right here. It's the title right here. Black-owned restaurant in Dallas reserves Monday to serve the homeless. It is back in 2018. So now in 2026, for those that have businesses, what are you doing to help a cause? What are you doing to give back? Because this is what this lady's doing. Wonderful lady doing. Respect to that. Everybody appreciate y'all, man. This was Rock Talk episode 1. Rock Talk episode 2 will be the next live. As far as message music sessions and all that, we're gonna do that periodically. We're gonna do that periodically. We will post the awards for Verbal Online Arena Money Talks. We will post the awards for the virtual era series that we have, as of now. Appreciate everybody. Of course, everyone, if you may, please, whatever you're doing, protect your peace. Look, protect your peace, man. Whatever gives you peace, glorify that, uplift that, cherish that. Protect your sanity, protect your family, protect your foundation. Whatever's not about that don't matter, man. And for those that believe in the Almighty Yahuwah, you're on the best team possible, for you already have the victory. Simple as that. Stay safe, stay strong, stay sane, and we will catch you on the flip. Rock on. Rock out!
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
And laughing. Welcome to the Rock Files. Are the Rock Files. Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. DJ say. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh, this is how we rock. The Rock.